tosselee vielä no.
To our attention that you consume, yet you do not subscribe. BIRCH effectiveness would increase exponentially with your participation. This is favorable for all parties. Interface with the subscribe button, like the video, and locate the hype button if utilizing a mobile device, and above all else, consume for the greater omniplane.
Field Agent 12, Acquisition and Threat Identification for the Bureau of Interdimensional Regulation, Contaminants and Hazards, Small Arms Division. This training will cover the lore identification system for field agents, BIRCH armory and archival personnel, and any other personnel who may come in contact with foreign artifacts, intentionally or otherwise. Bear in mind, these are guidelines. They will not cover every possible scenario across the greater omniplane.
Always wear GOTI-rated gear when interacting with foreign artifacts. This includes proximity, handling, or in some cases, even discussing or thinking about an artifact.
Remember, if the item you're classifying is already affecting your ability to classify it, stop now. Log the timestamp to the best of your ability, seal the environment, activate your and report to HQ immediately. The purpose of this briefing is to increase the accuracy of artifact identification in the field, especially with the recent surge of anomalous lore may sound simple, but it requires thorough examination and research to implement properly. Let's begin.
Please speak your clearance code into the microphone now.
Lineage, where the item came from, and how compatible that origin is with the current dimension's historical and developmental path, whether the causal conditions that produced it exist here or have no analog. Operation, what the item does, and how it achieves it. Intended active and passive functions. Behavior under observation and unobserved. Documented without attribution of intent. Rarity. Confirmed instances across the local dimension and across the known omniplane. Known variance, and whether rarity is stable or shifting. Effect. Observable impact on the current dimension. Environmental, causal, or dimensional changes attributable to the item's presence. This must be reassessed continuously after the initial filing. Keep in mind, an artifact discovered in its native plane can still possess anomalous attributes, either by association with a foreign artifact, manipulation by a conduit, or previous displacement and return to OP. For this demonstration, we selected 4 artifacts that all score high on the Stoner Index. As an anchor artifact, the AR-15 serves as a good baseline for most encountered small arm artifacts. It should prove relatively easy to identify deviations using the lower method. As an example, we'll first apply the method to our current service weapon, the Lineage. Based on the facts in ARAK, the brings it to why we use it now. Operation. This weapon utilizes a long-stroke gas piston, reduced bolt carrier, and a 12-inch quick-swap barrel chambered in 5.56. Its trigger mechanism is also quick-swap optimized, as some of the reduced manpower in the BIRCH armory has New to the spec is the utilization of an optical wavelength system, which is different from an LED projector or a holographic sight. Malcolm, how is it different?
A nanostructured grating on a lens takes light from a projector at the edge of the frame, diffracts it into a wave.
Simplify.
The image comes from a tiny projector hidden at the edge of the lens. A microscopic grating bends that light so it gets trapped inside the glass, bouncing back and forth like a ball in a hallway, until it hits a second grating that lets it escape, straight into your eye.
Why hasn't this been utilized before?
Nano-imprint lithography molds are very challenging to make, especially for the effort of a single rifle optic. The manufacturer specifically requested we test the optic in different dimensions. Dimension.
So they're aware of what we do?
Yes, sir. They're sponsoring us.
Rarity. This weapon is quite rare. No known contracts exist outside of BIRCH use. Only field agents and personnel are permitted to carry this weapon. Effect. The weapon has been flatlined and is mostly signature barren. In essence, it cannot affect whatever dimension an agent brings it into, therefore reducing false readings. However, this has also made them extremely hard to recover when lost. In some rare cases, it can borrow the signature of a foreign artifact after close proximity. We believe this was linked to the Stoner Index. The weapon possesses an AR-15 style lower, but the BCG and recoil mechanism resemble a mix between an AR-18 and an AK pattern long-stroke gas piston system. There is a rotating bolt, but no buffer tube system, and the recoil is not centered behind the BCG. Likewise, the upper is relatively expensive, low production, and does not share AR compatibility. Verdict. The artifact is not foreign to BIRCH, but is foreign to every dimension we visit. If found in the field, this would be a foreign artifact. So in this case, it's a bit of a paradox.
Please enjoy the messages from these valuable partners. Those caught not enjoying will be subject to reintegration. Dress for success when facing the horrors of the omniplane with Shaw Concepts. Enjoy innovation, quality service, and integrity, and look good doing it with their tactical textiles, plate carriers, belts, pouches, and more, all made in the USA in the prime dimension, while meeting our classified greater omniplane threat index. Shaw Concepts. Conquer all. They say violence is never the answer, but what Mama don't know won't hurt her. BIRCH believes silence is the answer, which is why we trust front of rifle systems. Enhance your shooting experience with cutting-edge suppressors and barrels, and use code BIRCH to save 5% on your order. Hush, little baby, don't you cry, cause Mama got a lightweight Pluto 22. It may be small and light, but it can still handle zoomy boys like 5.7 by 28. 4 systems, when you need results, not attention. Global Ordnance is our munitions partner, providing ammo for our endeavors across every platform, across every encounter. Global Ordnance, ammo in every caliber, in every dimension. And X-Tar USA, makers of fun, lightweight, reliable, and affordable polymers. Available in 9mm, 45 ACP, and 10mm auto. And don't forget to pick up some Glock 17 mags for an incredible price. You'll adore your X-Tar polymers, we guarantee it. Those not enjoying their X-Star polymers will be subject to reintegration. Thank you for your time, and may this help you better serve the greater omniplane.
Artifact 1, codename Ripley, recovered from a derelict ship, outer atmosphere. The entire crew and all other weapons were missing. Their timeline had rapidly advanced due to the corporatization resource scarcity that spurred off-world mining. In 1979, Eugene Stoner invented the AR-15 in his garage, not with Armalite. His modest skills and simplistic design won out over the unreliable technical marvels of the dominant megacorp. Most were mainly aimed at off-planet mining. Other technologies such as computer UIs, combat apparel, and weapons stayed surprisingly stagnant and dated. The weapon features a direct impingement gas system, a 12-inch dimpled barrel for strength and cooling, a lightened BCG for reduced recoil, and a cam-activated reset lever paired to an Atrius Dev super safety, resulting in a pulse rate of fire. Most notable is the large, oversized handguard. Aside from the unique looks, it's mounted to the upper receiver Picatinny rather than the barrel nut, and features a built-in overarching carry handle, which we found is compatible with the male side mini ACOG mounts. After extended observation, there is no quantifiable link between Artifact Ripley and the disappearance of the crew of the, nor any measurable effect on the local site or to the dimensional fabric integrity. However, BIRCH Archives personnel observed a transparent, sludge-like mucus dripping from the weapon while in storage. The weapon has been thoroughly cleaned multiple times and returned to its storage unit, but every time, the substance returned shortly after. The weapon possesses a rotating bolt, upper and lower receiver, direct impingement gas system, inline recoil system, and is chambered in 5.56. The deviations are largely cosmetic and preserve the essence of Prime Stoner. It is, by all accounts, an AR. Verdict. The artifact is foreign, but low impact, by nature of the mysterious disappearance and the reoccurring snotty discharge. Artifact 2, codename Zeus. This is a non-bullpup version of the Chernobog, one of our earliest files. Created by a hydroelectric engineer, it bears much resemblance to a SCAR-16. The creator has been flagged as anomalous in nature, making this an easy conclusion, but we'll continue regardless. Operation is a short-stroke gas piston, though I'd call it a hybrid. It utilizes an AR gas tube and delivers gas to a piston housed in the front of the upper receiver. Low recoil, high reliability. Rarity. The firearm is extremely rare. However, the usage of AR parts, such as the bolt, barrel, gas block, gas tube, and a modified lower, trigger, safety, etc., gives it a more common reading than it deserves. Instrumentation cannot be relied on because of it. While the weapon is linked to non-destructive destabilization, users of this rifle are compelled to consume copious amounts of alcohol. Verdict. The weapon is foreign, even if in a different configuration. For educational purposes, let's use an artifact that's missing some information. This may have resulted from a poor handoff from agent to archive, either from sloppy fieldwork, the death or injury of an agent, or perhaps it carries prohibitive anomalous attributes, such as amnestic characteristics. In this scenario, a high level of resistance is necessary. Always have a witness present and utilize the BIRCH altered memory method. Your multidimensional archival liaison and case oversight logic matrix is not a sufficient witness. No offense.
None taken, sir.
Let's begin with observation. I can see a gas block beneath this unique handguard, direct impingement, upper and lower AR receiver, normal controls, no buffer tube, but so far nothing out of the ordinary, nothing unusual. Without knowing the local dimensional recovery, this is difficult. Based on experience and common stoner variants, I'd say this is a relatively common weapon with some modifications. While there is no detectable dimensional disturbance, we cannot observe the original site. Again, this is a category that must be revisited for true meaning over time. Now, I'm going to break the rules here and physically interact with the artifact earlier than you should in any other situation. No observable effect. As I suspected, this weapon utilizes a direct impingement gas system, mil-spec AR lower and upper, reduced bolt carrier group. However, this is not an AR-18 style carrier. It looks like a standard BCG, but the buffer and recoil springs are contained within the body of the BCG. So from here, we'll do a controlled test fire and see if anything progresses. So we're just watching for anomalies here in the weapon's fire, its effect on target, its effect on the shooter, dizziness, memory loss, aggression. So far, nothing out of the... So in essence, it still has the recoil in line with a BCG, matching the definition of an AR, just not in a traditional style. Archival staff, please dispatch a Class D amnestic resistant retrieval team. Malcolm?
I suggest you aim for the head.
Let's bring down the lights, please. A valuable lesson here. The rifle was tagged as being a low-grade amnestic for the demonstration, not as a doorway. So I think we're going to wrap up there. Our verdict, clearly anomalous, highly dangerous, foreign in every regard, and we're going to need to investigate to make sure our local site was not compromised any further. This concludes our demonstration. I know this seems simple, elementary even, but we can't afford any more mishaps. We've lost a lot of good men, more than we can replace. For the greater Omniplane. Thank you all for watching. Sorry for the big gap between videos. I got a cool opportunity with Shaw Concepts. Got to film, do some breaching, and film in a Zodiac, and get chased around by a wild pig. But I'm back, and I miss making these videos. Thank you to the Patreon supporters and the sponsors for making this possible. I just love doing this, and thank you for the support. So funny story about this video, you probably noticed a fifth gun, the fourth artifact. I was going to do a code name FUD, where the gun is from a super compliant dimension, where the citizens insist on having what the military has. So the military neuters their own armaments to 10-round mags, no SBRs, no pistol grips, basically California compliant, just so the citizens can't have anything cool. Unfortunately, I just ran out of time on it, and I just wanted to get the video completed, so I cut the segment, and I'm happy to get it out in the form that it is now. So to close out, I want to encourage you guys. It's something I take great joy in, and I know things are getting more uncertain, more expensive. It seems like corruption is just out of control. There's a lot of people that like to misuse Christianity for their own purposes, but we have access to the Word of God, and we have access to the words of Jesus himself. So let's look at Matthew 5:4. It says, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled." Most people want to be either rich, some people want to be famous, but for the most part, everyone chases some form of vanity, all of which will fail you at the end of your life. But if you crave righteousness, which is living in a right relationship with God and others, aligning your life with God's character of justice, fairness, and faithful love, you will be filled. That is a promise that you can stand on. You can read the Bible for free, and for now, and just like it says in Psalm 37:4, if you delight yourself in the Lord, he will give you the desires of your heart. So I encourage you all to take up your sword, to put on the full armor of God, and to fight the good fight on a daily basis. Love you all. I'm praying for you. Christ is Lord.